Ladies and gentlemen, hey, let me ask you something. Have you ever wondered why some women seem to have men coming back to them again and again, while others just get left behind? What if I told you it's not about changing who you are or playing games? There's one simple way of acting that makes men keep coming back no matter what. And I'm about to share that secret with you today. So if you're tired of wondering why he's gone or why he's not calling, listen closely, because what I'm about to tell you can change everything. You want to know the real secret that makes men come back. It's confidence, plain and simple. Confidence isn't just some fancy word or something that only certain people are born with. It's something you build, something you show, and something that pulls people toward you like a magnet. When a woman walks into a room carrying herself with confidence, a man can't help but notice. And it's not about being perfect or pretending you have it all together. It's about knowing your worth and standing tall with pride. Think about it this way: confidence is like a light inside you that shines no matter what's going on around you. It's the feeling you get when you know you're enough just as you are. And when you have that, it changes everything. Men pick up on it because deep down, everyone wants to be around someone who feels good about themselves. They want to be with someone who isn't begging for attention or approval, but is already full of self-respect and love. Now, some people think confidence means being loud or controlling or showing off, but that's not true confidence at all. Real confidence is quiet. It's calm. It's steady. It's being comfortable in your own skin, flaws and all. When you act like you're sure of yourself, even on days when you might not feel that way inside, it sends a powerful message. You're saying, I know who I am, and I don't need you to make me feel better. And men are naturally drawn to that energy because it shows strength and independence. Here's something important to understand: confidence isn't about pushing people away or acting like you don't care. It's about valuing yourself enough to set healthy boundaries and say no when something doesn't feel right. When a man sees you standing up for yourself and not settling for less than you deserve, he respects you more. And respect is the foundation of any relationship where a man wants to keep coming back. Without respect, it's just temporary. But when you show confidence, respect follows, and that keeps him around. Another thing about confidence is that it makes you attractive beyond just looks. Yes, physical appearance matters to some degree, but confidence makes you glow. It's like an invisible aura that tells the world, I'm someone worth knowing. Men notice that glow because it means you're happy with yourself. Happiness is contagious, and people want to be around it. When you're confident, you don't waste time trying to be someone else or bending over backward to please a man. You do you. And that's incredibly appealing. But let's be real for a moment. Building confidence isn't always easy. Life knocks us down, and sometimes we forget our worth. Maybe you've had heartbreaks, rejection, or been made to feel less than you are. That's normal. Everyone goes through it. But the key is not to stay stuck there. Confidence is a muscle. The more you work on it, the stronger it gets. Start small. Remind yourself daily of your good qualities. Celebrate your successes, no matter how tiny. Surround yourself with people who lift you up instead of tearing you down. And most importantly, be patient with yourself. One way to show confidence in your daily life is through your body language. Simple things like standing tall, making eye contact, and speaking clearly can change how people see you. When you carry yourself like you own the room, men pick up on it immediately. It's not about arrogance, it's about self-assurance. When a man senses that you respect yourself, he wants to be part of your world, not just a visitor. Confidence also means not chasing after a man or begging for his attention. When you act desperate or needy, it actually pushes him away. But when you show that you're busy living your best life and don't depend on him for your happiness. It makes him curious and interested. He starts wondering what you're doing, who you're with, and suddenly he wants to be part of it. That's the power of confidence. It creates desire. Let me tell you something else. Confidence keeps a man coming back because it makes the relationship exciting and real. When you're sure of yourself, you don't get caught up in petty fights or jealousy. You trust yourself and trust him. That trust builds a connection that goes deeper than surface level attraction. It makes him want to invest time and energy because he knows he's with someone solid. So if you want men to keep coming back, start with yourself. Work on your confidence every day. Believe in your worth. Show up as your best self, not for anyone else, but because you deserve it. When you do that, men won't just return, they'll want to stay. Confidence is the foundation that holds up everything else together. Without it, you're building on shaky ground. Remember, confidence isn't something you have to fake. It's something you grow. And the more you grow it, the more you'll see men drawn to you like never before. Because when you act like you know your value, they can't help but come back. And that, my friend, is how you keep love alive. One of the biggest mistakes people make when they want a man to come back or stay interested is being too available all the time. It sounds strange, right? You might think that if you're always there, answering his calls, replying to every message immediately, and making yourself completely reachable, that will make him feel loved and wanted. But actually, it can have the opposite effect. When you give a man space, it creates something powerful. It makes him miss you. It makes him realize your value in a way that constant presence never can. Think about this. When someone is always around, it becomes easy to take them for granted. It's human nature. If a man knows you will drop everything to be there every time he calls, he might start to lose that spark of interest because there's no challenge, no mystery, no sense of missing you. But when you don't answer every single call or you don't always say yes, he begins to notice. He wonders what you're doing, who you're with, and starts to appreciate the times you are around even more. Giving space isn't about playing games or ignoring someone to make them jealous. It's about respecting yourself and the relationship enough to have your own life. It's healthy to have your own hobbies, friends, and goals. When you live your own life fully, you become more interesting and attractive. Men want to come back to someone who has a life of their own, someone who is independent, confident, and happy on their own. That kind of energy pulls people in. When you allow space, it creates room for longing. Missing someone is a natural human emotion that makes us value a person's presence more. If you're always available, a man never gets the chance to miss you. But when you give him some breathing room, suddenly he notices the little things, your laugh, your smile, the way you make him feel when you're around. That feeling of missing someone brings excitement back into the relationship and reminds him why he likes being with you in the first place. Another important point is that space gives both of you time to think clearly. Sometimes when people are too close all the time, small problems feel bigger than they really are. Taking a little distance helps calm emotions and makes it easier to see things without anger or frustration. This helps prevent unnecessary fights and misunderstandings, which can push a man away if they happen too often. When you give space, it shows maturity and emotional strength, and that's something men respect. Also, giving space allows him to take responsibility for the relationship. When you're always the one initiating contact, planning meetings, or trying to fix problems, it can make him feel like he's not needed or important. But when you step back a little, he has the chance to step up and show his interest. If he really cares, he will make the effort to reach out and keep things going. That effort is what keeps a relationship alive and shows genuine interest. Many women worry that if they give too much space, the man will lose interest or find someone else. That fear is understandable, but usually not true if the foundation is strong. If a man truly values you, a little space won't scare him away. It will actually make him appreciate you more. On the other hand, if he disappears when you give space, that's a sign he might not be as committed as you want. And that's okay, because it means you can focus your energy on someone who truly deserves it. It's important to know how much space to give. It's not about going completely silent or disappearing for weeks. It's about finding a balance where you don't lose yourself trying to please him all the time, but also don't shut him out. For example, if he texts you and you're busy, don't feel the pressure to reply immediately every single time. Take your time, respond when you can, and keep yourself busy with things you enjoy. When you do meet, be fully present and enjoy that time together without distractions. Another way to create healthy space is by having your own goals and passions. Maybe you're working on a project, spending time with friends, or learning something new. When you focus on your own growth, it makes you more attractive and interesting. Men love a woman who is passionate and driven because it shows she has a life that's worth sharing. That's the kind of woman they want to come back to. Remember, space is not about pushing someone away. It's about creating a healthy balance where both people feel free and respected. When you act like you have your own world going on, men notice. They realize you're not desperate or needy, and that makes them want to be part of your life more. They want to be with someone who values herself enough not to lose sight of who she is. So, if you want men to keep coming back, learn to give space. Don't be afraid to live your life fully, enjoy your independence, and let him miss you. When you do this, it creates a magnetic pull that's hard to resist. Men always return to a woman who knows how to give them the space to realize what they're missing. And that woman is you. Kindness is one of the most beautiful qualities anyone can have, and when it comes to relationships, it's a must. Being kind shows that you care, that you're compassionate, and that you're someone who values the feelings of others. But here's the important truth. Being kind doesn't mean you should allow anyone to treat you badly or settle for less than you deserve. In fact, the most attractive kind of kindness is the kind that comes with strong boundaries and high standards. When you combine kindness with self-respect, men notice it, and that's what keeps them coming back. Many women believe that to keep a man interested, they have to be completely giving, always saying yes, and never standing up for themselves. But that approach often leads to being taken for granted or even disrespected. Kindness without standards can feel like weakness to some men, and they may lose respect for you. Respect is crucial. Without it, a relationship can't grow healthy or last long. So it's important to be kind, yes, but also firm about what you will and won't accept. When you keep your standards high, you're telling a man that you value yourself. You're showing that you're someone who knows what you deserve in a relationship: love, honesty, loyalty, and respect. And you won't settle for anything less. This doesn't mean you're demanding or hard to please. It means you have clear boundaries and you won't tolerate being treated unfairly or disrespectfully. Men respect that kind of confidence. They want to be with a woman who won't just take anything, but expects the best. Kindness paired with high standards is powerful because it creates balance. You're warm and caring, but you're also strong and independent. You don't let your emotions control your decisions, and you don't lose yourself trying to keep a man happy. Instead, you give love freely, but also protect your heart by standing firm on your values. This balance is magnetic because it shows maturity and self-awareness. Men are naturally drawn to women who are kind but not weak. Women who are loving but also smart about their choices. There's another important point to remember. Keeping your standards means not compromising on your happiness or peace of mind. If a man is disrespectful, dishonest, or doesn't treat you well, being kind doesn't mean you have to stay and tolerate that behavior. True kindness includes kindness to yourself. You deserve to be treated with care, and sometimes that means walking away from what's not right for you. Walking away can be hard, but it shows strength and self-love, qualities that make men realize your true value and often bring them back with more respect and commitment. Being kind also means communicating honestly but gently. You can express how you feel, what you want, and what you expect without being harsh or angry. Kindness in communication builds trust and understanding. When a man sees that you're open and sincere, he feels safe and respected. But if he crosses a boundary, you have to be clear and stand your ground kindly, but firmly. That's how men learn that your kindness is not a weakness, but a strength. Sometimes women worry that keeping high standards will push a man away. But the opposite is true. When you keep your standards, you teach men how to treat you. If you allow bad behavior, men might continue it because they think it's acceptable. But when you set clear limits, men realize you won't tolerate less than they can give. That respect encourages them to be better and stay committed. Kindness with standards also means knowing your worth outside of a relationship. Your value is not dependent on how much a man loves you or stays with you. When you believe in yourself and your worth first, you don't beg or chase. You treat yourself well and expect the same from others. That energy is powerful and attractive. Men want to be part of a woman's life who shines from within because she loves herself. In practice, keeping your standards might mean saying no to disrespectful behavior, not tolerating lies, or refusing to settle for someone who doesn't match your values. It might mean not dropping everything to run whenever he calls or not making excuses for bad treatment. These actions don't make you unkind. They make you strong and clear about what you deserve. And strength combined with kindness is a winning combination that keeps men coming back. Remember, kindness without standards can leave you feeling hurt and used. But kindness with standards protects your heart and builds respect. When you act with kindness but hold yourself to high standards, men see a woman who is not only loving but also wise and strong. That kind of woman is unforgettable, and that's why men always want to return. So be kind, yes, but never forget to keep your standards high. Protect your heart, value yourself, and show the world that kindness and strength can go hand in hand. When you do that, men won't just come back. They'll want to stay. One of the most important reasons men keep coming back to a woman is because she is genuine and authentic. In today's world, where many people try to be something they're not just to impress others, being real is a breath of fresh air. Men can sense when someone is pretending or putting on a mask, and it turns them off. But when you are true to yourself, when you show who you really are without trying to fake it, that honesty creates a connection that's hard to break. Being genuine means you don't change yourself to fit someone else's expectations. It means you don't pretend to like things you don't or hide your opinions just to avoid conflict. You speak your truth with respect and confidence. When you do this, men see that you are comfortable with yourself, and that comfort is very attractive. It's not about being perfect, it's about being real, flaws and all. And the truth is, everyone has flaws. What matters is being honest about them and not afraid to show them. Authenticity also means not playing games or using manipulation to get a man's attention. Some people believe that acting mysterious or playing hard to get will make a man want them more. But there's a difference between being confident and being fake. When you act in a way that isn't who you are just to keep someone interested, it creates confusion and distrust over time. Men want to know the real you, the woman behind the smile, the one with hopes, dreams, fears, and strengths. When you let that real you shine through, you build trust and a stronger bond. Another reason being genuine works so well is that it builds emotional safety in a relationship. When a man feels he can see the real you without judgment, he feels safe to be himself too. That safety allows both of you to open up and connect on a deeper level. Real relationships don't happen on the surface. They happen when two people are honest and open with each other. That's why men keep coming back to a woman who is authentic, because she creates a space where both of them can be real and accepted. It's also important to remember that being genuine isn't always easy. Sometimes we fear that if we show our true selves, others won't like us. We worry about being judged or rejected. But the truth is, the right people will love you for who you really are. If a man leaves because he doesn't like the real you, then he's not the right one. Authenticity helps you attract the right kind of love, the kind that's based on truth, respect, and acceptance. Being authentic means expressing your feelings honestly too. Don't hide your emotions or pretend everything is fine when it's not. Share your joys, your worries, and your struggles in a way that feels comfortable to you. When you do, men see that you're human just like them. That human connection is powerful and keeps a man wanting to come back because he feels close to you, not just physically, but emotionally as well. Sometimes being genuine means standing up for what you believe in, even if it's not popular or easy. It means sharing your opinions and not being afraid to disagree respectfully. Men respect a woman who has her own mind and can hold a conversation without just agreeing with everything. It shows intelligence and independence, qualities that make a woman more interesting and attractive. When you are authentic, you also stop worrying about impressing people or fitting into certain roles. You stop trying to be the perfect girlfriend or the perfect partner, and instead focus on being the best version of yourself. That freedom is attractive because it means you're confident and comfortable. Men pick up on that energy. It's real and refreshing. Remember, authenticity isn't just about big moments. It's in the little things too. How you laugh, how you react to situations, how you talk about your dreams. All these small ways show who you really are. When you're consistent and true in these everyday moments, men trust you more. They know what to expect, and that trust is what builds lasting relationships. If you want men to keep coming back, focus on being genuine. Don't hide behind masks or try to be someone else just to please them. Show your real self with kindness and confidence. When you do, you create a connection that's deeper and stronger than anything fake could ever build. So be real, be you, and trust that the right men will be drawn to your true self. Authenticity is a powerful force that keeps love alive and brings people back again and again. Confidence is one of the most attractive qualities a person can have. When a woman carries herself with confidence, it sends a clear message that she values herself, knows her worth, and isn't afraid to stand tall in any situation. This kind of confidence naturally draws men in and makes them want to be around her. But it's important to understand that confidence doesn't mean arrogance. There's a fine line between being confident and being arrogant, and the key to keeping a man interested is to walk that line with grace. Confidence means believing in yourself and your abilities. It means accepting who you are with all your strengths and weaknesses and being proud of that. When you act with confidence, you don't need constant approval or validation from others, including men. You know your value, and that makes you more attractive. Men are drawn to women who have a strong sense of self because it shows maturity and emotional strength. They want to be with someone who can stand on her own 2 feet, not someone who depends on them for happiness or self-worth. However, confidence does not mean boasting or putting others down to feel better about yourself. That's arrogance, and it's a major turnoff. Arrogance comes from insecurity and often pushes people away because it feels like you think you're better than everyone else. Confidence, on the other hand, is quiet and calm. It doesn't need to shout or prove itself. Confident women are secure enough to lift others up, listen, and share without needing to dominate the conversation. This balance is what makes confidence attractive and keeps men coming back. When you show confidence, you set boundaries without hesitation. You don't settle for disrespect or mistreatment because you believe you deserve better. This kind of self-respect is magnetic because it shows you won't tolerate less than what's right for you. Men respect women who stand up for themselves kindly but firmly. They know that a confident woman won't put up with nonsense, and that makes them take her seriously. Confidence helps you avoid being a doormat or chasing someone who doesn't value you. Confidence also means being comfortable in your own skin. You don't try to hide your flaws or pretend to be perfect. Instead, you embrace them and show your true self without shame. This honesty makes you more relatable and real. Men like a woman who can laugh at herself, admit mistakes, and be open about who she is. When you carry yourself with confidence, it's not about looking flawless, but about feeling good about who you are. That positive energy is incredibly attractive. Another way to show confidence is by pursuing your goals and passions. When you have a purpose and work towards it, it shows you're driven and independent. Men admire women who have dreams and are not afraid to chase them. It shows that you're not just waiting for someone else to give you happiness, you're creating it yourself. That kind of attitude is inspiring and keeps a man wanting to be part of your life. Confidence also comes through in how you speak and interact with others. When you communicate clearly, express your thoughts honestly, and listen without judgment, you show that you believe in your own worth. This doesn't mean you have to be loud or dominating. Sometimes confidence is quiet. It's in the way you hold eye contact, smile, or carry yourself with calm assurance. These small things add up and make a big difference in how men see you. It's normal to have moments of doubt or insecurity, but confident women don't let those moments control them. They acknowledge their feelings, but don't let fear stop them from living fully. Instead of shrinking back, they face challenges head on and keep moving forward. This resilience is attractive because it shows strength. Men want to be with a woman who can handle life's ups and downs with grace and confidence. Importantly, confidence without arrogance allows you to build healthy relationships. You don't feel the need to control or manipulate a man to keep him interested. You trust that your worth is enough. That trust creates a relaxed and genuine connection where both people feel valued and respected. Men feel comfortable around confident women because there's no pressure or drama, just honest, strong presence. So, if you want men to keep coming back, work on building true confidence. Believe in yourself and your value without needing to prove it to anyone. Show strength without arrogance, kindness without weakness, and pride without putting others down. When you carry yourself this way, you become unforgettable. Men won't just come back. They'll want to stay. One of the biggest mistakes people make in relationships is being too clingy. When you constantly want attention, call or message too much, or try to be with a man all the time, it can push him away instead of pulling him closer. Men, like everyone else, need space to breathe, think, and live their own lives. Giving a man space doesn't mean you care less or love less. It actually shows maturity, respect, and confidence. It's one of the smartest ways to keep a man coming back. When you give space, you're allowing the relationship to grow naturally. It's like planting a seed. You don't water it nonstop or dig it up every day to check if it's growing. You give it the right environment, sunlight and water, and you trust that it will flourish in its own time. The same goes for love. When you give a man room to be himself, pursue his interests, and spend time with friends or family, you're showing that you trust him and respect his independence. That trust is powerful and makes him want to be with you more. Being clingy often comes from fear. Fear of losing the person, fear of being alone, or fear of not being good enough. But ironically, clinginess can create exactly what you fear: distance. When a man feels smothered or controlled, he may start to pull away because he feels trapped. No one wants to feel pressured or like they have to explain every move they make. Giving space helps avoid this pressure and allows the relationship to breathe and grow naturally. Space also gives both partners time to miss each other. Absence really can make the heart grow fonder. When you're not always available,